Hi everybody, my name's Tyson Dowd. I work here for Microsoft. You're inside our offices, and I work in the office marketing team. I am the Director for Advanced Productivity. I am here today to welcome you all from Facebook for joining us and to share with you what goes on inside the Microsoft Office and how we use our technology to collaborate together, to drive business results, to innovate, and to generally make it a much more flexible and interesting and amazing digital workplace. So I'm going to show you some great technology, and I'm also going to show you how we do this to solve a business problem. Now, you can ask questions at any time in the comment space here. Feel free to go ahead and ask questions straight away. You don't need to wait until the end. We'll actually spend some time at the end going and answering as many questions as we can around any of the technology that you see here today. So to start off with, I want to point out that I already work here at Microsoft in a very mobile lifestyle. I've got my Surface Pro 4. I bring this with me everywhere. And simply put it down on top of the table, and that's my desk. We don't have any assigned seating. We don't have to work in any particular place. And now today I'm working here with my team. So I work with the sales and marketing team, and I have here Kritika.
Hi, Tyson.
Say hi to the folks at Facebook.
Hello.
Great. So Kritika and I are going to work together on a business problem here today, but we're actually missing one person from our meeting.
Yes, we are.
We had Sufin who was supposed to join us, but she hasn't made it in. So let me I've got a buzzing message here from her. Oh, she's at a customer site and she says she's going to join us via Skype for Business.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well, why don't I see whether she's made it into the meeting. So let me see. If we bring up Skype for Business here. Hello, let's make it bigger, shall we? Hey, hi there.
Hi Tyson, hi Kritika, hi everyone at Facebook. I'm so happy I could make it. I really didn't want to miss this meeting, but I also had to spend time with my customers.
Yeah, I know. So I didn't want to postpone this meeting for a whole week. I mean, that's far too long to wait. We've really got to work on this urgently. So it's really good you had the flexibility to dial straight in, get on top. It's great we can see you too. That's fantastic to get the video conferencing working. All right, so now let's start to work on our actual business problem. Now I know what it is and I need to communicate it to my team. Mm-hmm. How do I do that? Well, let's make that a bit smaller. I've got here a digital whiteboard. So let me bring my digital whiteboard up and I can put that to the side. Sufin stays in the corner here, but I've got a whole digital workspace here. Now, this device that you're looking at here, it's pretty nice. This is called a Surface Hub. It's the 84-inch edition, which is quite large. It's a bit of a workout to press the buttons at the top sometimes. Good for you. And really, really great, really easy to see. It's a multi-touch display, so I can actually touch the various controls here and draw on the screen, which I'll do in a moment. It's got speakers built in, cameras built in, all ready, and it runs, as you've seen, different applications so that I can bring up the Skype for Business application and use that to do video conferencing. I can bring up Internet Explorer, anything that I need to work in this space. Okay, so let's take a second now, and I'm going to write up my business problem. Mm-hmm. So first of all, let me start by, I won't write it in red, we'll write in black. Okay? I'm going to need a table. Now, I've drawn a square, and the Surface Hub recognizes, oh, that's a square, and it drew a much better square for me. In fact, it actually knows that I'm drawing a table, and it starts to divide the table up for me. I can also just press a button and get extra columns in my table too. Now, I can actually use this and start writing. The business problem is our different sales areas have different results. North, and if I write a bit too large, it will actually expand out the squares for me as I go. So it doesn't matter if my writing's a bit messy and a bit large, it'll make it nice and neat so it fits. And maybe the sales results are 2,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 5,000. Okay? And the challenge is, and I just want to highlight it to the team, this is good, and that's good. But this is a problem. This isn't meeting our targets. Mm-hmm. So that's a real challenge for us. And that's what we're going to work on today. Now, to work on this, actually, Kritika, I need your help. Mm-hmm. So I understand you've done a lot of analysis on our customer base. I know where the problem is, but I don't know why we have it. Could you work with us to to do that. I think you put your analysis in something called Microsoft Teams, right?
I did indeed.
Okay, so Microsoft Teams is a chat-based workspace. It allows you to use instant message style discussion with each other, but it does more. It also allows you to store your files.
Yep.
It allows you to put applications in there, reports, data,
That's right.
and we can have intelligent bots in there too, right?
Oh yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so why don't we look at what your Microsoft Teams setup using your phone, and that's an iOS device, right?
It is. It is. Mine's an iPhone. So I'm just going to open up my Microsoft Teams app on my iPhone, and Tyson, Sufin and I, as well as the broader team, we've got a team where we discuss our business problems, business issues, and what we're working on. I'm going to click on the general channel that we've got and click on tabs. Now you will see that I have a Power BI tab. What that is that it helps me put all my data in a really visual manner, so it's very easy to read, decipher, understand. So let me open it up to show you how exactly that happens. Now, as you can see, it shows you the total volume, it shows you market share, it shows you various results in a beautiful format. This is something I love. It shows me the total units we've sold by region. But what I really want to look at today is our industry market share year-on-year change. So I'm going to click on that. It opens up so I can do a bit of a deep dive. And let me go down to where our problem really is. I'm going to annotate it so Tyson, Sufin know what I'm talking about. So Tyson, like I was saying, I think there is a real drop in market share that we're seeing, which we have to work on. And yeah, I think that's where we should start.
Okay, so now that we've looked into the data, we actually see the business reason underlying it. And that is we don't have enough customers, our market share is too low, so we can't actually generate more sales without finding new customers.
That's right.
All right, so then I look at someone else in my team. Now I know Sufan's out at customers all the time. She's at a customer right now. And she's actually done some analysis on our customer base to understand which customers might be high propensity for selling in future. So Sufan, you know, can you maybe show us and share your screen with what analysis that you've done so we can work on that together?
Sure. Since Teams is based on SharePoint, I can upload many file types to this file tab, and I can even open them within the Teams environment, which I've done already.
All right, so now we can see your this Excel file that's actually inside Microsoft Teams, and you've got the analysis of the customer base here, and we can actually probably filter for our problem area, which is the north, and see whether we have enough customers in the analysis that you've done that we can potentially fill the gap that we're actually struggling with at the moment. All right, so that's good, and we just select here the north and go OK. And we get an updated view here. Okay, that's great. And so now maybe we've found the solution here. And so what we want to do is say, hey, how are we going to share this with people? Right? How are we actually going to give it to others? Now, it turns out that if we go and look at any kind of file set inside Teams, we can actually click on the three dots here, and we'll get something that's called Get a Link. Now, Get a Link, what it actually will do is provide us with a simple link, like an internet link, that can be used to share files. And so by sharing with links instead of email, instead of email attachments, we get a lot of benefits. So we get this kind of link here that we can just copy and send to people. We get a lot of benefit from that. One, you don't have large attachments. You don't have these 5 megabyte, 10 megabyte, 20 megabyte attachments filling up all your storage and using all of your data. Secondly, we don't have this backwards and forwards that we often have where I give you version 1, you give me version 2, I send you version 3, version 4. That link is always pointing to the most up-to-date version of these customer details. So what we want to do is send that straight out to our salespeople, and that would be a really good way to collaborate with them. But I'm thinking, if we send it out to the salespeople, how do I know that they're actually going to do something with it? Okay, we need to have a business process here, like a checkpoint. Maybe on the 18th, is that a good day to have a checkpoint? I mean, there's only 3. Are you guys okay for the 18th?
I am. I know Sufin is too. Yeah.
But
18
what about the rest of the team? How will we find out from them?
Well, we could use Teams to solve that problem too.
Oh, okay.
Shall I show you how?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so back to my phone. I'm going to use the same team that I was talking about earlier. And as Tyson had mentioned earlier, Teams also comes with bots. So one of the bots that can help me solve this problem that we're facing is Polly. How I'm going to use Polly is @mention Polly so that she can help create a poll for me. I'm going to ask the rest of the team, are you okay with meeting on September 18th, did you say, Tyson?
Yeah.
And they
Well, you're really fast typing here. That's faster than I can do with the keyboard on my PC.
I'm a millennial, Tyson.
Oh, I see.
I'm born with phones.
Well, fortunately with Teams, millennials and old-timers like myself can work together.
Oh yeah, we sure can. We have been. All right, so you see now the poll's been created.
Fantastic.
And you can track everyone's responses in real time.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with the 18th and I'm going to say yes. So it appears on the poll here.
Okay, so the other team members can also respond to that poll, and then we will know quite quickly whether that's going to work. Even though they're not in the room and they're not here, they're kind of a part of this meeting anyway.
That's right.
Okay,
right.
and what if they weren't in our company? What if we had some external team members from maybe an agency that we work with or a partner?
Well, believe it or not, Microsoft Teams now has guest access enabled from today, in fact.
Okay, so just today, we
Yes.
actually announced that we're allowing guest users
right.
to join your team. So you can extend your team and add users outside your company.
Yeah.
This works particularly for corporations at the moment, as it uses something called Azure Active Directory, but most large corporations will be able to actually take advantage of this and then
Yes.
work with each other.
They will.
Great, fantastic. Okay, so what we've seen here is that we've just reached the end of the business problem and in fact gone to the next steps, assigned action to other people, and we're close to finding out whether we can checkpoint with them on the 18th of
Very
September.
productive meeting.
Yeah. So that's great. We were very productive, even though we're using different devices. Even though Sufen is not actually here, she's working remotely, we've been able to quickly and easily solve this business problem. And this is just a small part of the productivity offering that we have at Microsoft, and it's part of what we call the modern workplace. And you might be wondering, well, how do I get this? What supplies all of the technology? It's something called Microsoft 365. So let me bring up the Microsoft 365 page here. And Sufen, I'll take your screen away there. I just love sliding these things backwards and forwards. And so Microsoft 365 is the offering that gives you all of this technology. It involves Office 365, it involves Windows 10, and it includes enterprise mobility and security. So these things together gives you the productivity. Well, let me just bring it back up again. I think we...
Yep.
There we go.
This is one long screen.
It is a long screen. You've got to walk across it. It's wonderful to watch movies on, I can tell you that. And so this empowers your whole team to be creative and work together, and it also includes all the security you need in order to secure your devices, secure your data in the cloud so that it's always encrypted, it's always protected. So this is really great. Now, it actually comes in two flavors. We have Microsoft 365 for Enterprise, which is designed for large companies. But for companies with 250 employees or less, we've recently introduced a new offering called Microsoft 365 for Business. And Microsoft 365 for Business is currently available for public preview, so you can sign up and get involved and try it out. And the links for that will be included in the live session that we have here, so you'll be able to find out how to get on board that. Great, fantastic. So thanks for coming along. We're going to do some questions now, and we'll try to see what people are asking and what's happening, what's going on. All right. So let me see. How is Microsoft 365 different from Office 365? It's a very, very good question. Actually, Office 365 is part of Microsoft 365. So remember I said there's three parts to it: Office 365, Windows 10, Enterprise Mobility and Security. So there is a Microsoft 365 offering that includes any particular piece of the Office 365 that you'd like to get. So the Office 365 Enterprise, such as E1, E3, E5, there is a corresponding Microsoft 365 E3 and E5. And similarly, the Microsoft 365 for Business includes a lot the Office 365 functionality that's in Business Premium. So that's just an overlapping offer there. Good. All right, what other questions do we have here today? Free for students was a question that we had. We're not actually announcing a free version for students right now, unfortunately. Let me see. Any other questions here? Interested in the Surface Hub. Where can I get it? Okay, Surface Hub is actually available in Asia Pacific markets of Singapore and New Zealand. So that's where you get that.
Yep.
All right. Oh, another question that came up was Teams. What's the Teams availability?
That's right.
So if you wanted to know what Teams is available in, it's available in all of the Office 365 or Microsoft 365 from Business Essentials and above.
Upwards.
Okay, so that means Business Essentials, Business Premium, and the Enterprise E1, E3, E5.
That's right.
Teams is also available for education.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Okay, so I think we'll wrap up now. I've got a few folks to help me out in answering the remaining questions that we couldn't finish for this session. Thanks a lot for coming aboard. Do let us know if there's any other technology you'd like us to do a bit of a deep dive on. We're happy to share in a future video.
Oh yes, we'd love to be back. Thank you all.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.